Good morning. Another day of spraying some beans here. We are going to head to Berkey, spray all the beans down there, and then we'll get moved back here. I don't know that we have more beans to spray up here or not. We'll have to go do some scouting, but I know we've got beans there to spray, so we're going to do that. Before we go, I'm going to switch the nozzles on this sprayer. Remember yesterday I was talking about the nozzles, buying a bigger set to let me go a little faster and have a lower boom nozzle pressure. Turns out we had a set. Dad, I asked him, he said, no, I don't think so. And then I got to look around and, oh yeah, there's exactly what I was going to order. So we're going to switch them real quick. All right. Well, these are the nozzles we were using, twin jet on both sides, and that one's not quite right. Now we're using these brown ones that are similar twin jets. They're plastic instead of stainless, but they're a little bit bigger orifice in them, so they'll put more gallons out at a lower pressure, more or less. Got them all switched. So I'm trying to get some water in this, right? But I forgot I took my pump to Berkey yesterday. So that made this a little more difficult. And then I said to Dad, well, maybe you can just bring a trailer with some water. And it's a long ways to go pulling a little nurse tank with a trailer or with a bunch of water in it. So we're getting creative. We had an old pump in the barn that we haven't used for a couple of years, and we thought, let's try that one. Yeah, it doesn't want to run, so we need to fix that. But that sprayer is capable of loading itself. It'll use the solution pump to fill the tank on there. The problem is you've got to have 3-inch plumbing all the way to it, and our hose coming off of here is 2-inch. But I have 3-inch main line down to right there. So if I can connect that to the sprayer, which I have this big long hose here that's 3-inch, we can make it work. So all I gotta do is make those two connections. Well, on that blue nurse tank we have the pieces to do that. So we're taking them off of that, we're gonna put them on here, we're gonna connect it, we're gonna put 800 gallons on the sprayer, and then we're gonna put it all back. I think this is working. The hose has got fluid in it. Cool. Oh yeah. Okay, that turned into a project. It's now 9:30 and we're just leaving. That's okay. It's fine. We've got about 800 gallons on, because if you're going to take water at all, you might as well make sure you got enough to do everything. So we'll head to Berkey. We'll get our rest of our tank loaded up and our chemical in it, because this is just water, and then we'll get those sprayed and get back here. Made it down here. We're going to top off the tank and add our fungicide here. 8.5 gallons. That's enough for 80 acres. All right, we're loaded up. I'm going to head to the first field. Oh yeah, nice big flat open fields. This is nice. I set the boom track, the height, auto height, down to 24 inches above the canopy. Usually I run 30, but these fields are flat enough that it can react fast enough if I keep it a little bit lower. And we're gonna try and run the auto steer, although we're kind of creeping all over the place here. That's all right. For the most part, these fields down here all look really clean. There's not any weeds growing except for that strip right there. Must have been right on the edge of Dad's boom or something when he sprayed. I don't know what it was, but just a little bit. That's no big deal. So I've had a couple of people ask about why we hired somebody else to spray our corn for us. Well, ground clearance. As big as this sprayer is, it does not have enough ground clearance to spray tasseled corn. I can spray the beans just fine, but I would break off all the corn that would pass underneath the main frame of the sprayer. And so with that Haggie and its front mount boom, it has 6 feet or more of clearance underneath of it. And I think we only have maybe 4 feet or something like that. So that's why we hired somebody else to do that. I can spray all of the beans, so we don't hire that done, but I just can't do the corn. Maybe someday in the future we'll look at a front mount boom with a Haggie or something, but it's not on the top of the priority list right now. All right, making the last pass, finishing up this first field here. Got 62, gonna be 63 acres here by the time we get up to the end of the field. Did 198 acres an hour. That's cruising. But we farmed the one right in front of me. Believe it or not, that's a different field. So we're just gonna jump over there. We got about 300 gallons left in the tank, and we'll spray it out and then go back and reload. We could theoretically farm this straight through the whole mile, but we can't make rounds with the combine. You can't get from one end of the field to the other with the combine when you do that, and it's just not convenient to have rows that are a mile long. So we don't. They're two different fields. All right, I basically did the perimeter around that next field before our tank got empty. I'm back at the farm. We're gonna fill up and go back over there and finish that field. There's two more there's another 15-acre piece and 67 across the road. So we've got another full load and then a partial to do over there. It's lunchtime though, so I'm gonna go get something to eat before I load up. I'm back. Time to load her up. I'm pretty sure we've got enough water, but I'll have to do some math after we get the sprayer full here. Figure out how much we got left. This tank is empty. We pretty much drained that, well, on the first load, but yesterday most of it was gone. I'm gonna empty the other one over there right now, and then we've got about 2,000, probably 2,100 gallons in there, but we can't quite get it all out, so figure 2,000 gallons in that tank. I think that'll be enough. So those different nozzles that I put on this morning are making a little bit of a difference. We're running about 48 PSI instead of 55 to 60 like we were with the other ones yesterday. And we bumped up from 13 miles an hour to 15, even 15 and a half sometimes. So we're getting more done, and we're in a better pressure situation. Or, you know, 50 is good, 60's pushing it in my opinion. You want to run a little bit higher with fungicide because you're trying to penetrate the canopy and get it down in there, but I don't know, 60 seemed high. So I jumped across the road from the first field we did, and this is the next one here. There's 67 acres in this field. We're not going to get it all on this tank, but I've already got over 16 done. We got 383 gallons, so we'll get over half of it, and then we'll clean that up when we're finishing here with our last half load. All right, well, we ran out. We did 44 acres in this field, so we've got 23 left here plus 15, 23, 30, 38 acres over here, and then I've got another 78 to do, so we gotta do some math. Okay, so here's what I figured out. We're gonna load up another full batch for 80 acres, and then on the opposite direction from where we've been going, I've got that 78 to spray. So we're gonna go spray there. We probably won't get quite empty, but it'll be close. And then we've got about 28-ish, 26 to 30 acres to finish spraying where we just were between that field. No, 36 to 30 to 40-ish to finish spraying where we just were. So when we come back here, we'll load up. We'll need about 500 gallons of water. It's gonna be close. There's 1,200 in there now. We've got 600, I think, on the sprayer right now. Yeah, 650. So we should have enough water. It's gonna be close. After the next time I fill up, obviously that'll be the last one. We'll be done with this shuttle, and it'll need to go back to Waldron. So Brock just called me looking for something to do, and I told him to head this way so he can pick that up. So he'll be here when we get back to load the next time. Okay, we are loaded up. Let's see how long this one takes us, driveway to driveway. 1:43 p.m., remember that. Well, I got the perimeter of the field done, and I bumped the speed up a notch. We're doing 220 acres an hour. 155, 12 minutes. Well, there's going to be a small sliver over there, see on my map, but we aren't coming back for it because it's not worth it. So this is the last pass of the field. We're doing good here. Well, we sprayed 74.77 acres. There's 3 left that we didn't get, mostly in that little sliver back there. 230 acres an hour average spray speed. So we've got about 80 gallons left in the tank, so we'll do a little math when we get back and make sure we've got enough to cover most of what we've got left to do, but no extra, because I don't want anything left in the tank when we head back to Waldron. 217. So what's that? 143, 33 minutes. That's pretty good, isn't it? Spray 75 acres. Be bad? I think that's good. All right, so I figured it out. We need about 375 gallons total when we head to the field over here. That's enough for 25 acres. That's good enough, close enough. I had about 75 in there, so we're gonna add 300 gallons of water, and we need to add the chemical to that 300 gallons of water, so we need about just over 2 gallons more of the Miravis, and then we're done with this and we can get everything put away. Brock hasn't made it down here yet. I'm all loaded up and ready to go spray this last little bit out. I got all the hoses cleaned up, the pump is there, that needs to come back with us, as well as that shuttle, and that's all wrapped up and ready to go. So he can just load it up, close the last door on the barn, and we'll just head back to Waldron from the field. Well, somewhere I did my math wrong. I finished this one that we had started and ran out in, and I've only got 60 gallons left in the tank, but I got 15 acres to spray. So we can do 4 of it, and well, I guess we'll call the rest of it a check strip, because I'm not going back to load up more. Brock's already got the stuff loaded up, and it's fine. It's 10 acres. 4.3, strip right out of the middle. It's all right, this field's a pain in the butt to spray anyway, because there's a bunch of hills and uneven slopes on the other side of it, so. Cool, we are done spraying in Berkey. So I'm gonna head back now. We'll fold the sprayer up here. And like I said, I don't think we're gonna do any more up to Waldron. We'll see what time it is when we get back. We may go look at some fields, see what Dad's got going on. I don't know. Don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Oh, we made it in like an hour. The sprayer goes 35 down the road when it's empty, which is why I wanted to make sure we were empty, because it'll only do 30 if there's anything in the tank, but it's okay. We made it. I'm not going to pull in front of the tanks yet, because I got to get the shuttle out of the back of my truck, put it back where it needs to go. And look, apparently my boys are here. The boys' favorite thing to do when they come to the farm is to clean up Grandpa's wood shop. So we fight over shop vacs, and then we clean up sawdust. You getting it all, Rylan? Okay, good job, bud. I'm sure he's dumped that out at least once already. And the other one has gotten cleaned up some over there by the joiner, and now he's going to clean up by the router over here. Are you getting it all, Brayson?
Move that cord.
Move that cord?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move it. All right, got my truck unloaded, so that stuff's taken care of. Came down to look at the progress on the house. You can tell the framers are getting close to done because they're working on little details on stuff. We had, after they got the interior walls framed up, we had noticed a couple of things we wanted to change. This is the kids' bathroom here, and we had planned for a linen cabinet here, and decided it would be better to have a door and just make it a closet. So they got that doorway and that wall framed up. They're working on the studs for the upper part of the wall. This is our living room. It's going to have an 11-foot ceiling instead of 9 foot, so they had to put the studs there for the drywall, and there's going to be a corner clipped out of it there, so they're working on that. There's another little closet in the master bathroom that they framed in that we kind of added last minute, so that's getting done. Oh yeah, I haven't really even shown you guys. We got all the windows in yesterday, patio door and all the windows, so that looks great. And then, let's see, what else did they do? They closed up their little hole they had in the garage here. They had left a few of these studs out right here for getting back and forth, and they closed that up. Added our garage attic access hole there. And the big thing I noticed today, we have steps, so we can get to our basement again. So these are our steps from the garage down. This is not going to be finished right now. There will be a door here at the bottom of these steps, But maybe someday I'll finish it. I don't know. It was nice of them to put studs along the wall for me so that I can insulate that when I get to that. And then they put the windows in the basement here as well. So, cool deal. Got the big thing left is the main staircase to put in. Racinator needed a gator ride, so we're gonna go back through the woods, drive around a little bit. All right, well, that's gonna be it for today. We had a good day. Got a lot of beans sprayed, so we'll scout some more tomorrow, see if there's any more beans that are ready to be sprayed. I kind of think there's probably not. I've got some errands to run. I need to go to the bank. I need to get back to Rural King to buy the right power unit for my pole saw that I got sitting over there. So I might do that in the morning. And there was something else that I needed to do tomorrow. I'll remember tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know. That's all cleaned up. We've got a few things that we need to adjust and get it ready to do beans and on it, change some concaves. So at some point we'll work on that. I don't know when Brock's going to be around again. I don't know. We got stuff to do. So anyway, thanks for watching today, everybody. Questions, comments, leave them down below. We'll see you again tomorrow.